one of these 4 players is in a lot of trouble.
It's me.
Every time.
I didn't say characters. I said players.
Oh. Wait, really?
And it's Jess.
Oh, yeah. What did you do? It's not good.
Yeah, what did you do?
I set fire to everything.
Oh, Milesy.
we have nothing to roll.
Just no dice at all?
No,
Like a giant pile of dice out back. It's smoking.
They're just, yeah.
It's not how I was envisioning the start of this session, I have to admit. But, we could do a diceless session. We'll just do RNG the way... There is actually a way to generate a 10-digit number without the use of any dice.
Like, in your mind? Yeah. 7, 2, 3. Do you know what I mean? Like,
No, as in if you wanted to roll 1d10 against me, then you pick a number of fingers under the table. I pick a number of fingers at the table. We raise them, add them, and roll over. So it's random-ish.
Yeah.
Or it's really just a very complicated game of rock, paper, scissors.
Right. I think we'll pass, because the dice are still here!
Well, also because we'd have to do it, like, for some of your pools, we'd have to do it, like, 18 times, like, ha, hoo, he, hwa, 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 hwa.
I just want this game now.
Yeah, that's a great. I like the sound effect as well.
I'll just take the dice and I'll actually burn it.
So in any White Wolf Mind's Eye Theater game, originally the way that you determine tests was to play rock, paper, scissors. But there is, of course, the storyteller throw, which is which means you lose because I'm the storyteller and I say what happens.
I like that.
Which I've had to throw very few times in my career.
Well, at a certain point, you gotta make some choices.
It's true. And here on Full Party, we're all about choices, right? Especially the choices people make with how they decide to dispatch of their enemies.
Yeah. Isn't that right, River Jade? Yeah. Unbelievable.
Murder.
La-di-da-di-da. Murder.
However, what we are here for is to play some Exalted 3rd Edition. I should point out, though, that we've added a tool recently to our game or that I have found incredibly useful, which is lot casting atemi, which you can find at lotcastingatemi.com. It's where you can see all of their character sheets, but it's also the way that I can keep track of what's going on. I can see the hidden information on their sheets that you can't because I'm special and you're not. I can see the charms that they have, and I can even input the information in there so that I can access it at a quick glance instead of having to go through the book, which, magnificent as it is also a massive tome. So just wanted to say thank you to the people who make that. You can check that out. Again, lotcastingatemi.com. They've got a Discord, too, that you can check out from their website if you have any questions. But it is a fantastic fucking tool, and it is so worth it.
And the links to our character sheets and everything is in the Beanduck Discord, actually, specifically the Full Party channel. They're all pinned to the top.
Yeah, so if you're ever curious as to what was going on with these folks, the only thing that we don't update from like minute to minute is the number of motes and willpower that you've spent. But your health levels are on there, so you've got that. Not to mention the fact that that Discord is a great place to discuss not only the game, but also if you want to go into the spoiler zone, which is another channel, you can discuss the game freely, even if you don't care about being spoiled. However, the greatest of spoiler warnings has to be thrown down before we consult with...
The Journal of Five Paths. That's right. It's time. From the Journal of Five Paths. Okay. So as Pellio provides acting lessons to the wonderful people of Port Callan, Five Paths and River Jade follow a couple of mysterious figures out of town. As you do, the two introduce themselves as Mala and 600 Hands. They are travelers from the scavenger lands. Our two Solars are much too trusting. But good thing Nyx is nearby. And Pellio is not too far behind either. 600 Hands eventually drops the charade. They are the vanguard for the realm soldiers that are on their way back to help the town be reborn through destruction. Mala isn't so certain, though. As the soldiers from House Sinus burst through the trees, Mala faces them down and tells them to come back in 1 week. But they try to lance her. There should have been a joke in there, I don't have one now. River Jade and Nyx take out the 20 troops from above and below. Pellio brings down the killing blow on the House Sinus soldier. As Pellio moves to kill her slowly and painfully, River Jade demands that he not take a life, standing against him. As 5 Path flares his cast mark for Mala, Pellio chokes the Sinus soldier to death on her own ear.
No.
So now what?
He did what?
I'm appalled.
That's horrible.
Very quickly, can you guys just sum up what you bought before we start?
Yes, I bought a 2nd dot of stealth and a stealth charm to go along with it. Perfect shadow stillness.
I bought a 2nd dot of athletics and a 1st dot of integrity.
I went on a huge shopping spree and bought a 3rd dot in investigation, melee, and dodge, which I presume I'll be using a lot of today, and 1 dot in lore. In addition to an awareness charm called sensory acuity prana.
Really
Kill one
preparing to
person
be
and
attacked.
just level all at once.
I've never felt so
feel
alive.
I just bought 1 dot in athletics, so I'm now at 3.
Nice.
This is our 8th session. That means after this session and 2 more, you'll be at Essence 2.
Nyx finally gets some integrity. Thanks, Real Brick Wall. Make sure to mark that down in the notes. I want this reflected in the minutes.
Yeah, for Real Brick Wall, if you want to throw down that link one more time, there is a rapidly expanding Google Doc that just details everything that happens because Real Brick Wall is too good for the rest of us.
No arguments here.
No, indeed.
Heroes, folks. Not super appropriate right now.
I'm a big fan of games where the objective isn't to defeat the opponents, but the game itself. Cooperative games. I really like it when everybody at a table can get together and share in their strategies, share in their common goals, common interests. That victory can be tasted by everybody and defeat is met by everyone at the table as, we'll get them next time.
Sounds nice.
I really like the idea of a group of people working together, being able to accomplish more because they are stronger united. It's another kind of game I like. The kind where there's people who are sitting down and they're telling a story together and their characters are real. And sometimes real means that they aren't getting along, just like real people. And sometimes it means that they do things that hurt each other, just like real people. And sometimes you cut somebody's ear off and you shove it in somebody's throat, while everybody else is begging you not to. Actually, no, that's never happened in one of my games before. That's new. That's something that I have to learn.
I mean, the ear.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Save it for the king, Pellio.
I didn't cut the ear off. The ear was off anyway. Oh, all right. Okay.
Seem to recall that the decisive blow that landed that cut that ear off came from one Pellio.
Yeah, I wasn't aiming for the ear though. I was. I rolled.
Better?
I don't know.
We're not mad. We're just disappointed.
Look, they're both wearing purple. Sorry.
Oh yeah. And you're not. Oh,
I'm sorry.
that's okay. Next time.
Yeah, I want to see scarves and mustaches on that side of the table.
You were on your way back to Port Callan. You have one prisoner in your employ, although at the moment she isn't tied up.
Yes, she is.
Oh, you didn't end up cutting her free.
No, I bound her hands.
Yes, but I thought that because you were going back to the town, you didn't want to make it obvious.
I said just until we get back to the town, her hands will be bound.
Ah, very well.
And Pellio and I went on ahead with her, and then I think you guys had hung back a bit, right?
Yeah, I started forward, and then I was like, no. So I stayed back at the old fishing hole with the corpses.
Yeah, you are surrounded by a bunch of corpses. Not every soldier in that detachment was killed, but they were all defeated. The rest of them are just running, and have since just left your area.
I'm gonna start kind of moving to them and sort of trying to... I'm not digging any graves, but I do want to place them, you know, next to each other. Like,
Are you weekend at bringing them?
oh, I'm here for the swords! Yeah, no, that would be great. I want to place them next to each other in their final repose, you know, somewhat dignified, maybe.
Oh, dignified. Okay,
Somewhat.
somewhat.
I'm doing my best, John. That's what I'm doing, okay? That's my action.
Yeah. River Jade's just sitting at on a stump next to this pond, stream. What is it? A pond? A stream?
It's sort of like a fishing hole, so it's more of a pond and a creek.
Okay. She's sitting next to the pond creek.
Creek.
The pond is fed by the creek.
Yeah. The pond creek.
Are you all right, River Jade?
Way to mind those corpses, Scott.
I'm a professional.
Somehow.
No. No.
Is there anything that I can do for you or say?
No.
For what it's worth, I think you were right.
Just picking strands of grass up and just kind of throwing it into the pond.
Yeah.
Oh god.
It's very teenage angst.
Yeah.
Kind of. But for an adult.
Mm-hmm. For what it's worth, River Jade, I think you were right. I think there must be a reason. I don't think that Pellio is...
A monster?
Right. This was the action of someone who was very upset. Something happened to him, and I want to know what it is. But I don't think it's justified, and I want you to know that.
Yeah, I don't think anything justifies throwing someone's ear into their mouth and strangling them with it.
No.
Choking them with it. It's probably the better phrasing. She just throws more grass.
Oh my god. I think if we can get to know everyone a bit better, we may all be able to find common ground.
I should have just knocked him out. I should have done something. I don't know why I didn't.
Is it because you didn't want to hurt him too?
I don't know that that's exactly it. I guess it is kind of, but just scratching out.
No, I wrote Pellio, and that's not who's talking right now.
I did want to know.
Pellio. I'm very confused.
The path back is, you're going uphill a bit. Hey, there's a whole lot of trampled grass next to where the two of you were scurrying around.
Nice.
But there's no sign of the two figures in the grass that were watching and subsequently left.
Okay. Can I get a sense of what direction they were heading in, like where their path was leading?
The two figures.
Okay.
No, not at the moment. You're not currently tracking them. You are
No.
taking care of your prisoner and,
Yeah.
walking with Captain Buzzkill here.
So I have my hand on Mala's shoulder, and I'm just walking along beside her.
She seems very calm. Doesn't seem at all concerned that her hands are bound. She's walking. She's very, very straight. Very sort of proper as she walks, but there's definitely a lot of very subtle, gentle grace in her steps.
I need another 30 seconds of silence, and then I'm going to start asking you questions, Pellio. And I would advise you to answer them truthfully.
Well, I'm going for a drink. I don't know.
I
about
said
you.
30 seconds.
Okay, but in 30 seconds, I'm going to be going back into Port Cailin to get some alcohol.
30 seconds, you're going to be answering what I ask you.
Agree to disagree. Agree to disagree about that, Nixo. Gonna pop round the boss's house and see if he's got any alcohol for me.
Sorry, did you call her Nixo?
He
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that was,
He did.
that was clear.
Nixo Delane.
I want to try a surprise attack on him. Gentle poison.
Wait, what?
I'll get my silence one way or another. And death.
Next.
Wait.
I'm not going to respond to that, but I am going to
Kill him.
be quiet for 30 seconds, collect myself.
The walk back is about 10 minutes long, so
Nice.
you'll have some time. 30 seconds goes by. Mala doesn't break the silence. In fact, she seems to make sure that she steps extra lightly, so that
Nice. Well done, Mala.
So accommodating.
I'm going to add a minor tie of thankfulness to Mala. Appreciation, gratitude.
silence.
All she wants. All she wants.
I just start a gentle whistle, just kind of gently whistling to myself. Not loudly, not in an obnoxious way, just...
Why did you do it?
Sorry?
Why did you do it?
Kill the soldier that wanted to kill us all. Give you one guess.
House Sinus.
Yeah?
What did they do to you? Can I read intentions on him?
yeah, of course.
I want to see if he has any intimacies towards House Sinus.
That's probably a thing that you could roll. Yeah,
Great.
I imagine.
All right, let's do some motive discerning technique. Let's also do some Quicksilver Falcon's Eye,
Wait. Whoa.
which means I can tell when people apply Resolve and Guile and when they don't. What else do I want to do?
Pellio, I can also say that if you want to boost your guile, it's your guile that you want to, you can. Simply by increasing your socialized pool with your excellency, you can absolutely increase it that way. Or if you have charms, that'll do so,
To increase my guile, I'm just wondering if I have charms to increase my... Yes, I do. Shadow over day.
This is insanity. I love it.
Yeah, I will use the Shadow over day charm. I will spend a mote to increase my guile and become more inscrutable by +1/+2 to guile.
What does that make your guile?
My guile is now 5, so I'm not +1 or +2. I don't know what distinguishes. I think it's if you spend 2 motes, you get +2. Okay, I just spent 1 mote, so 6 guile. 6 guile plus I will apply my excellency, meaning I increase my guile to.
Every 2 motes that you spend will increase your guile by 1. And you can do this up to
Don't look at my pool.
up to 5 times.
No, you know what? I'm good just using my shadow over day and keeping my guile at 6.
I'm going to spend a willpower.
Sure.
Great. So you're at 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I wish you guys could see the table right now.
Moats everywhere.
How many dice are
You're out.
are you
I'm
rolling
basically
this?
out. You're basically out. This is crazy.
You don't have to.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'm
Full.
good.
14.
14 dice. All right, we're playing Exalted, folks. Let's go.
Hey.
All right. What did you bring it up to?
6.
That's 6 with my willpower.
Oh shit.
That's enough.
All right.
Yes.
Why, yes. Do you want to be the one to tell her, or shall I? Intimacies related to House Sinus. You have to give her one of them if you have multiple.
Okay, and I have to give the intensity as well?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Yes, I have a defining intimacy of hatred.
Ah.
Funny you mention that, to House Sinus. Could you tell? What gave it
We
away?
can now. Yeah.
I have a defining intimacy of hatred towards House Sinus. Yeah.
Now, I'll remind people out there that a defining intimacy is something that you base practically your entire life around. They are big deals.
So at that, I'm actually going to stop. What did they do?
Surely you've heard of House Sinus.
I have. What did they do to you?
It's not so much what they did to me, it's what they do to the world. That's what offends me the most. I mean, they betrayed me. They tried to burn me alive.
Is that when you exalted?
Yes, it is. Yes, they trapped me in a tea house and tried to singe me alive with their erstwhile spy master, Kubler.
Why did they hate you so much?
Oh, it was a misunderstanding over some business. Nothing too serious.
What kind of business?
Just sort of your routine information brokerage. Something I did on the side when the acting roles weren't coming in.
You were a spy master.
I mean, I assisted with the purveying of information and connections in Nexus. Commodities trading, the business of how much it costs to procure rice from the east and what the price of oats and very sort of boring things to do with what was happening in the marketplace.
It's awfully boring information to be brokering considering they wanted you dead.
Well, they wanted me dead because they thought that my information wasn't valuable anymore, I suppose. But they betrayed me and they tried to burn me alive. But quite apart from everything else.
Have you stopped walking, by the way?
Yeah, I'm stopping.
Okay.
I'm just looking at
If you guys want to catch up at some point, you can.
I'm taking my time with these corpses.
I'm taking my time throwing
Classified
grass into
I
a
don't
pond.
want
You do what you need to do.
Okay, I'm not leaving River Jade.
All right.
Okay, I would like to read intentions on my good friend Nixo.
Ah.
Yeah. Any
does she
intimacies?
love or hate?
Any intimacies to the nickname Nixo?
I will kill on sight
No,
anyone who
Intimacies related to Pellio. Can I ask that?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Including
Me, tell you.
It's a me.
with a bit of emotive discerning technique.
Okay.
I will not be raising my guile at this time.
No, you can relent.
No, let him roll.
Let him spend my motes.
What's your guile?
4.
You'll need 4 successes then at that point in order to divine whether or not there may be an addition to a sheep that involves Pellio.
4, you say?
Correct.
Double nines,
Double
right?
nines.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's gonna be good. I think.
1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4, 5.
You want to go ahead?
I would love to. Minor tie of distrust to Pellio.
That's it?
That's it. Not even respect for your acting.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
That must hurt more than anything, doesn't it?
Somebody get him a glass of water.
I was about to write minor tie of respect, and then I realized that wasn't right.
That's the opposite of that.
Sorry, I'm so sorry, Nix. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Do you have ties to the slave trade on the Blessed Isle? What do you care about House Sinus?
Who said I cared anything about House Sinus, Pellio? My concern is how much you care about them. My care is for my own hide. And if someone I'm traveling with is going to butcher a member of a prominent house, and that's going to come back and bite us in the ass, I need to clock that. I need to know why. I need to know if it's going to happen again. I need to know if we're going to have a problem here.
Mulla's pink eyes are just bouncing back and forth like a tennis match between the two of you.
She's learning a lot right now.
She sure is. We'll have to kill you later. You know too much, of course.
Well,
Marla, we haven't had a chance to talk yet. What do you think about the slave trade on the Blessed Isle?
God. Deflection.
Sorry, are you all right?
Mala knows when to keep her mouth shut. It's
I need
a
a drink.
useful skill.
Right. Do you know where to get booze in Port Calin?
I very conveniently do know where to get booze in Port Calin.
Right. Can we go there? Can we do that?
Let me think. Are you going to continue antagonizing one of your allies daily?
Who am I antagonizing? Who have I? I'm sorry, you've lost me.
River Jade.
Listen. River Jade tried to get in the way of me doing what I felt I needed to do. I feel justified in needing to do that. This house is a scourge on the world.
So you take it out on a soldier. Wow. What lofty ambitions you have.
Listen,
You want to take down a house, there are smarter ways to do it, Pellio.
I'm working my way up.
And alienating the person who has saved your life twice now is not the smartest way to do it. So you're going to apologize to her. Get as drunk as you have to make it happen, but you are going to do it.
Why? Why would I apologize?
Because you need her.
And she needs House Sinus?
And
what does she care about?
if you pull that again, she will bring her hammer to your face.
Yeah, we'll have to see about that.
I would actually love that.
So good.
we're still working on
everyone.
it, guys.
Oh. Sorry, may I see your hand for a moment?
My hand?
Yes, your hand.
I have two of them. Which one would you like to see?
The one that wields your magnificent weapon.
Oh, thank you for noticing. That would be this hand.
And she, like, almost is like, oh, I'll just go take a look. And then was like, oh, right, I'm tied up. And then, Is it a callus? Just underneath your index finger there. Common among those who wield swords.
I wouldn't say it's a callus as such. I mean, these aren't the hands of somebody who works with their hands. And I try to take as good care as I can of them. I mean,
Of course. How do you take care of your hands?
I have an ointment, if you must know. Can I ask why?
Do you know what another way of getting rid of a callus is? It's very effective.
Go on.
You could cut off your hand.
Oh, is this another moral lesson? Oh, wonderful. Everyone wants to teach me how to be a better person.
I'm not teaching you how to be a better person, Pellio, please. Please. Of all the people you're traveling with right now, I think I'm the one most likely to understand why you did what you did.
And yet,
But it is the manner in which you did it I take issue with. Don't start to enjoy cruelty, Pellio.
I didn't enjoy it. What I enjoyed...
Are you sure?
Absolutely. I didn't enjoy it at all. What I enjoyed...
Intentions on.
Nix, surely you understand that there is merit in sowing fear.
Only if there are people left to deliver the message of fear.
You were there. You and the other two, they all saw it. Are you trying to make them afraid?
I have no reason to make them afraid. House Sinus tried to kill me. I will now try to kill them.
You've
That's
successfully
fair.
traded a life, then. I assume that you want more.
Yes, the life of one meager soldier is not going to change anything.
Exactly.
Well, that doesn't mean I should kill the person. I shouldn't kill the person.
Exactly,
I mean,
no.
What was it about their trying to kill you that hurt you so badly?
I've given them over a decade of my faithful service. I served that house loyally, and they betrayed me.
Can I roll on the loyally? Would this be a perception socialize again, or?
This is going to be perception socialize. I imagine you're trying to figure out what his intentions are. Is it to deceive? Is it to get people to sympathize with him?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if he's making himself out to be better than he was
That's
in
still
this.
another read intentions.
Yeah. Oh boy, am I gonna spend that shit again?
Just glowing by the time
I'm
you
certainly
get into
pleased that you
town.
managed to
No.
see the light. After all, serving a house for 10 years that's known to be trafficking in slaves, that's an awful lot of assistance for the slave trade.
Yes, the details of their business in the slave trade on the Blessed Isle, unfortunately, was not known to me. The moment it became clear to me, I began to have reservations about my dealings with House Sinus. But up until that point, I remained a steady and faithful servant of the house, and yet they betrayed me and tried to burn me alive in a tea house.
So the second you found out about the slave trade, you started working against the house, covertly, of course, and as soon as you found out...
Not as soon as, but when the opportunity presented itself, I began to attempt to make overtures to other houses for future gainful employment. But I never betrayed House Sinus. I remained faithful to them and loyal to them until the time that they tried to kill me. Again, by burning me alive in a tea house.
Are you all right?
No, I need a drink. And possibly a smoke.
I'm gonna start walking out at that point.
She instantly, like, as soon as your foot leaves the ground, hers does as well.
Nice.
I'm terribly sorry. I saw you on stage. You were beyond magnificent. It truly takes the heart of a poet and the soul of an adventurer to make me feel the way that I did watching you.
Thank you.
Can I read intentions on her?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I mean, anybody can.
Alright, I'd like to.
She's right there.
What's her guile?
I tried last time.
Guile, at the moment, is 4.
I don't want to spend any more. Nah, I'm just gonna do it.
What are you asking her?
If she has any intentions, intimacies towards Pellio.
Towards Pellio?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was trying to get Exalted last time. It didn't work out.
No, that's 3.
I'm going to read intentions to see what intimacies she has towards Solar Exalted.
Nice.
Towards acting!
And towards acting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.
Solar Exalted, major curiosity. There may be more, but you get one. She does recognize that you are chosen.
Mm-hmm.
There was some flashing.
They also basically just kind of said it, so
Yeah. Totally.
it just kind of came up casually.
Oh, you flashed your task mark.
Yeah, I was doing it on purpose, though.
I like to think that that's the noise that it makes.
Lights.
Or like it's some like old Mac sound, like whoop.
That'd be awesome. Oh.
I'm not trying to stroke your ego, and I'm not trying to condemn what you did. After all, many people died moments ago. Many more people than the one you killed.
Yes.
At the same time, I understand that there's pain. There's a trauma. And it was a trauma that occurred before.
Before what?
Are you the same person that you were? You used to be a spy master. Now you're something else.
Frankly, I'm not entirely sure what I've become. I still don't understand what this all means, how this has happened, why it's happened to me, of all people. I didn't deserve this. Yes, it's wonderful to have these powers at my disposal, but I'm not really sure what to make of it all and why it's happened. I'd like to be normal again, frankly.
You were never normal, Pellio.
I mean, normal for me, subjectively normal. Normal relative to...
Normal is an insult in this case, anyway.
Wonderful. So, where was the booze shack of
Mala stumbles,
I'll
pitching forward.
go to grab her.
Thank you.
Are you all right?
Yes.
Do those hurt your hands?
It is of nothing. Soon they will not.
Why do you say that?
Either I will grow used to them or they will be removed.
They'll be removed when we get to town. You and I have some unfinished business with 600 hands. I'll drop you off at the clock tower. It's a very, very, very short pub in town. It's supposed to be ironic.
Short pub.
Port Calians have a sense of humor.
Yeah,
gonna
we
go
really
roll
do.
on that.
Couldn't you tell?
Thank you
From my face.
for your concern. Thank you.
Clock tower.
I don't know what's happened with 600 hands. I don't know the backstory of that.
There was another one. A business partner. He's the one who was supposed to keep an eye on things and arrange for the destruction of the port. By House Sinus.
Why were you traveling with him?
Perhaps I would prefer to discuss that when all interested ears could hear. I will tell you,
Not severed ears.
but it is an idiosyncrasy of mine that I wish that others hear from me directly.
That's an idiosyncrasy I can respect.
Thank you. You are very kind.
Huh. Huh.
You may have the capacity for cruelty, but you have shown me kindness, and for that I was quite thankful. I know that you have very little reason to trust.
Let's get you a drink, Pellio.
You're too kind.
Oh, Liz, I know that you typically like to know these sorts of things. Her appearance is 4.
Yes. But I'm not playing Changeling, so like...
Doesn't
next
matter
time,
as
like,
much?
okay.
All right.
But I will make
I'll be
notes.
in charge of it now.
Put it in the
As the
journal,
resident
5
hot
pads.
member of this party.
Oh my god.
Possibly looking at a Nala ship?
The clock tower is the kind of pub where people go to just enjoy not having to do anything. And that includes keep up appearances. It includes table manners. However, it does boast one thing. Clock Tower claims to have the absolute best bread 100 miles around in any direction.
River Jade just hears this.
That's 160 kilometers.
You're just in footsteps.
River Jade will remember this.
Oh my god, she's on her way.
Smash the tree.
The alcohol is, strangely enough, also quite decent. Not watered down, a bit expensive, but at the moment that isn't really a concern for you.
No.
And since they have just recently been reallocated flour, thanks to someone's uncle, they're churning out bread again. People here are friendly, especially because a lot of them recognize you from the performance that you gave the night before. And you don't have to spend a single bit to have all the alcohol, bread,
Whoa.
and admittedly a bit mealy stew, but definitely good for sopping up with the bread.
With the nice bread. Yeah.
Nice.
In this room, you're a hero. And nobody knows what you just did.
I'd like to deposit him at the clock tower and then go with Mala to the inn.
Deposit.
All right,
Yeah.
you two.
Just shove him through the
The
door.
corpses are about as arranged as they can be, and the
Stay.
patches of grass that are surrounding you are starting to look a little bare.
The soldier, has she also been moved at this point?
Yeah, if I can.
Okay.
Do you remove the ear? You said die with dignity.
Yeah, then yeah, I suppose, eh? Not
Do you sew it back on with your tailoring skills?
amazing? No.
Oh, fuck.
That's
That'd be
much
more
too much.
Medicine and tailoring. I would like to. Is it safe to say there's like a house sinus flag somewhere that's been discarded?
Yeah, there's a few lenses that have been dropped.
I want to lay it out and then lift up her body and kind of put it into the flag and roll her up in it and move her towards the pond creek and let her.
One thing that I will point out is that as you roll this up, you come across a single ornate fan in the ground. Or not in the ground, on the ground. As you do so, this fan was not close to any of the soldiers so it wasn't something that was dropped. It was just there already. It's quite a lovely fan. Definitely more ornamental than...
It's not like a war fan.
It's not a war fan. It's not...
War fan! Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I know.
It's not a war fan. But it does have a beautiful sunburst on it. Not like totally Solar Exalted. We're talking like it depicts a sunrise over a land of rolling ice and green hills.
I'd like to pick it up and put it in my pocket.
Sure.
Yes. Yes, River Jade.
River Jade, you said yesterday. Nope. You said about an hour ago.
It says so in my journal.
1 week since you looked at me.
It's true, eh?
I like to think he just consults his journal before like recapping what happened.
Right. River Jade, you told me earlier you wanted to help people. You thought Nyx did too. So do I, as much as I can. I myself am feeling a bit at a loss. There's people I want to speak with, things I want to learn, but it sounds like pursuing these people might be our next goal. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, there's still a mention of everyone who's been transported and taken by the army, so...
Well, I don't think they'll be coming back anytime soon
No,
to Port Callan.
not unless those who got away.
When they reach their commanding officers, they might resend some. But hopefully we'll have caught up to them by that point. Not quite sure what we'll do, but... I just wanted to make sure that was what you wanted as well.
Yeah, it is.
How's Sinus? That must be what... Pellio's from Nexus. They have quite a presence there. Perhaps he had a run-in, or... I'm not sure.
He seemed very angry at them, enough to choke someone to death with their ear, so...
Are you heading back at this point?
We are.
She speaks
Can
the
I
truth.
roll to establish a fact? I don't know if it's well outside my
What
realm of
fact would
expertise.
you like to
or-
establish?
I would like to...
Captain Lore.
Captain Lore. Well, so House Sinus, and now I'm thinking
I love
about
it.
what do I know about House Sinus. Their wealth, the wealth of their house comes primarily from slave trade, but also their relationship with the guild, centered in the scavenger lands, centered around Nexus.
Yep.
I've heard rumors coming through Numa recently that House Sinus and the guild are starting to fall apart. Perhaps the decadence of House Sinus is not sitting well with the members of the guild who are worried about their investments. I guess the fact I'd like to try to establish is that there is suspicion and distrust building between those two organizations.
Which organization? Sinus and...
Sinus and the guild, more generally.
Let's see what you get.
Okay, all right.
Let's see how you roll.
That's how I roll. Checking.
I hope you succeed because I've already written it down.
Just takes one big line.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. I
Wow,
did it. There's
5
a lot of
cats.
successes.
Wow.
Sorry, I can't count. 7. I get one of these back.
Ever since the Scarlet Empress disappeared, there's been some concern that Sinus is starting to pay more attention to its role in the realm itself. The guild is not terribly thrilled with this because they are really looking forward to, taking the opportunity to avoid some of the realm's more restrictive natures and laws and taxes and all of that. And we're really hoping that House Sinus would help them with this. It isn't the case. So there's strain. Both House Sinus and the guild recognize that they need each other still. But much like the mozzarella that stretches from a pizza to the slice being pulled away,
Yep.
things
May
are
one day.
stretched thin.
These are
May
the days
one
of
day.
our lives.
Blink.
He is the greatest metaphor.
Did everyone eat dinner before the session tonight? We've got lots of bread, really good bread, some pizza.
I could go for pizza.
Thank you. So, yes, we're heading back to the clock tower unless there's anything else.
That was great. 5 thoughts.
I'm just curious.
Fucking Lord check. God damn it. No, it's great.
I promise I won't
It's
do
great.
it every...
I'm happy with it.
Hey, they're good facts.
So you are heading back to the inn.
Yeah.
I assume that you've released her bonds
Yeah.
by this point.
As soon as we walk into town.
As soon as you do, One thing that I should point out is that she doesn't do the I'm going to rub my wrists to restore circulation and like relieve some of it. She just lets her hands fall as soon as you do it. But when you close in on the inn, that wasn't intended.
It's okay. Your metaphor made up for it.
And what are your intentions towards 600 hands?
He needs to be dispatched.
You desire his death.
I require his death, yes.
It shan't be difficult. He isn't what I would consider a
Cautious,
combatant.
intelligent.
He's opportunistic. There's a difference. His room is at the end of the hall on the first floor. If you desire my assistance, I will give it to you. Otherwise, I will wait here. But you shouldn't have much difficulty. In order to dispatch the body, you could simply leave it in the room. I will feign illness, and we can remain in there. You can bring your friends around to see me when it's required.
I'd like your assistance in taking him out.
Understood.
Let's go.
Lead the way, please. So as you head into the inn, the innkeeper is standing there, and he slaps his prodigious belly.
He's back.
You came back for more soup. I know you did. More soup is on its way, and I'll have it ready for you in your room. On such a dreary day, one must make sure that they have full bellies and warm hearts.
I appreciate it, thank you.
Are you giving that kind of intense look to him? It's
No.
not just for John, that's for the innkeeper.
Little column A, little column B.
What a rascal.
Yeah, like I do think there's something kind of unsettling about Nyx when she tries to be polite, but at the same time,
I'll have it delivered upstairs when you, it'll be there later.
Please tell me he doesn't pee his pants also.
No, that's not his thing. That ain't his jam.
I'm not trying to
Yes.
intimidate him.
True.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I found a group of fans, and I'm regaling them with stories of my time in the theater.
River Jade also found a fan.
I hate everything.
Da, 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 da,
Why does
da.
this world exist?
I
Okay,
meant
anyway.
those kind of fans.
As you approach the room, would you care for me to enter? Put him at ease.
Make sure his back's to the door. It'll be so much quicker that way.
Of course. She knocks on the door. Hans, it's all right. Everything's been taken care of. May I come in? She walks inside.
Did he open the door or did she?
Well, a door opens, but you don't see who opens behind it.
Okay.
She didn't move to open it herself. Actually, no, sorry, it's a sliding door.
Ooh.
It's like paper.
Cool.
Sliding door.
Fun.
She walks in, the door slides
knows all
closed,
about
and you can hear her walk with uncharacteristic noise so that it's clear that she crosses the floor to the other side. Well, I must say that I'm disappointed with you that you left. I must say that I'm disappointed, but I do understand that it's a scary world out there. But I do have at least some evidence that we have been paid. So, what was it that I owed you? You hear, I need more.
It's definitely his voice.
Yeah. Oh, here, look. Just take what you need, please.
I'm gonna slide open the door as it's getting passed over.
So
it
he
hides
is
the
looking
noise.
inside a small but yet still relatively stuffed pouch, and he's picking things out rather selfishly. Mala doesn't react to your entering.
Yes.
She doesn't like look up or anything like that. Honestly, if you just want to kill him, you can kill him. This
Just
doesn't-
like slit his throat, quick and easy.
Okay.
Lift him a ring.
So as you slit his throat, one thing that Mala does do is that she very quickly, but not in any kind of like aggressive way, just reaches forward and places her hand over the pouch so that it doesn't get bloody, and takes
Respect.
one step back
Very good.
and letting the blood splash on the floor instead of on her. Well done.
Want to search his pockets. Very business-like, to the point.
There isn't much.
The point?
We're talking like a couple of bits, enough to pay for like 2 meals.
I will take that, though.
All right. Cool. We'll add it to
We're
your
ready here.
like.
Oh, incredibly.
We'll add it to the thing. You guys
The
now
bank.
are just outside the inn, where you see the innkeeper look up and seems rather relieved that the not weird 2 people are there.
I'm not one of the weird ones.
Noodles. I imagine that you want some noodle soup. It's a dreary day out there. I've said this before.
Right.
I'm going to have it sent up to your room. How many bowls? Your friend's already on their way. 2, 3, 4?
4, I think.
Yeah.
4. Of course. Of course. Now, is there anything else that I can get you while I'm here?
No, I don't think so, sir.
You hear a door closing somewhere down.
Somewhere
the hall.
upstairs, yeah. No, just direct our friend, the actor, upstairs when he arrives.
Of course. Of course.
Thank you.
Does he look suspicious?
kind
Like
of
he looks
unsettled.
weird, like furtive?
He's a bit unsettled.
Is everything all right, my friend?
Of course, everything's all right. Your friend is a rather striking woman.
That she is.
Sure.
Well, she doesn't have the natural charisma of the performers.
No. But charisma nonetheless.
You needn't be worried, you know.
Of course not.
Are you
We've
worried?
liberated the food stores. Yes,
What are you worried about?
it's her eyes. They've seen things.
Haven't we all?
When I see your eyes, I see
Glassy and blank, yeah.
I see my own reflection. And yours, I see the depth of one who can make entire crowds weep. And in her eyes, I see death. Perhaps it is a tragic past that I don't know about. Of course, Noodles.
Right. Well,
I'll leave you to your thoughts, then.
I am aware of a few things that can get a stain of blood out. However, we could simply hide the blood until such time as somebody will discover it, depending on whether or not you intend to remain here for much longer.
I start taking the sheets off the bed and start wrapping up the body and dragging the rug over the bloodstain. Give it a little pat.
there.
Yes, you've done this before.
Shove it into the armoire. Did he have any effects? Personal effects? Anything?
If he did, he must have left them from wherever he's from. I'm afraid he was rather down on his luck. Do you wish for me to remain here?
I throw the key out the window.
First of all, there are no keys.
To the armoire. It's like a safe for your inn.
Second, this is also my room.
Well, You're down one cloak, I guess. No. Okay, fine. I didn't lock the armor. Get your stuff out.
Of course. She goes in and she pulls out a rather large burlap sack. There's some metallic clanking in it when she pulls it out. And then she pulls out a different cloak. So she had the one that she was carrying, but it's wet, so she has a dry one that she pulls out as well.
Then can I lock the armoire and throw the key out the window?
Sure.
Nice.
We're on our way up. So
Yeet, get that key!
we're on our way up. I'm honestly just gonna like knock, but go in because not expecting anything.
There's no one in your room.
Oh yeah, right.
Do I hear that door open though?
Sure.
Right. They're back.
I am still your prisoner.
Come on and sit down with us.
Of course.
I can get Pellio and you can tell everyone what you know.
Of course. If by some random happenstance that Pellio is forced to pay for his meal, I will cover for it. She hands you the entire pouch. It doesn't have like a massive amount of money, but there's definitely enough money to feed all of you for like a week.
Cool. Clock that. It's okay. Yeah, it's fine. Monster.
Shall I have somebody tie my hands when I get up to your room?
No.
Of course. I'm on my way. And she goes up towards the second floor. She's holding her sack
With the clanking.
with it's minor metallic clanking, yeah. There's some stuff in there.
Oh, nice.
I assume the door is closed again.
Yeah, well, we're up in our room now, just like, oh, no one's here. That's weird. I thought they would be here by now. Oh well.
And then you hear a knock at the door.
Come in.
I've been instructed to come inside, to sit down, and then to wait. Nyx is bringing Pellio back, and then I'm to metaphorically spill my guts, and hopefully not literally spill my guts.
Why would you literally spill your guts?
Because the only thing that I've seen the four of you do is murder people.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah, you can come on in, though.
I suppose I should say some of you kill, others murder. There is a difference.
And some torture and then murder. It's a really important distinction.
Yes, of course. The pub is not very far away, and by the time that you get in, people are clapping rhythmically around Pellio.
And that's when Morden walked on stage wearing only his codpiece.
There's people are losing it, pounding on the tables. There's somebody calls for another drink to be sent his way. There's I don't know how much you were planning on drinking this time around.
I've had a few.
So there's
I've had a few.
4 empties in front of him, and then a 5th one gets placed down. There's crumbs of bread everywhere.
Exalted, so take a bit.
But I have to say, it was a very large codpiece. Another round.
Nope.
Oh, Nyx, join us. We've been toasting to life.
We gotta go.
Where? Oh, no, I don't want to go.
Going
I'm
back
having
to
a
the
great time.
inn. We're going back to the inn. We're gonna hear a story.
Oh, stories. I love stories.
I thought you would.
Oh, can we come back here after?
Of course we can.
I'll be back later. I'll bring my friends.
Hey! The bartender just smiles. Anytime you want to come back, anytime, please. It's on us. It's on me. Just come back. Keep telling those stories, please. Anytime. You don't actually have to go. Perhaps you would be interested in it.
I walk out of the inn with this. and I sort of stumble backwards out of the inn.
I'll grab his arm. I'll steady him.
Nixo, you've got some strong arms there. I hadn't any idea you were quite so muscular.
It's all those graves I dig on the regular.
Yeah.
After you.
I'm not even there. I
5 past will remember this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all that shoveling.
Did I bring my drink, or is it still in the inn?
Oh, we took it to go.
Oh.
I throw the tankard away.
Why'd you do that? Oh.
This music is everything right now. I can't even concentrate. This is so good.
Where are we going?
Please tell me the inn is close.
The inn's very close.
Great. Bring him into the inn.
Stumble him up the stairs.
Yep.
They're all-
Like fully shove him up.
You smell like cabbage.
Thank you.
Something smells like cabbages.
I hide my vials of frog poison, which smell suspiciously like cabbage.
Could just be the soup. You don't have to.
Oh, it could be the soup.
Yeah. There's a lot of soup.
I like smell myself.
Where are we going?
I know. We're going to get you some soup.
Oh.
He's not getting soup.
I mean, there's a lot.
By the time you make it back up to the room, I don't know what the two of you have been doing with. Actually, let's find out.
I've been.
So
Yoga.
she just takes a seat in a chair, lays her hands down on her thighs, and waits.
You certainly don't have to tell us anything that you don't want to, but I noticed that you were in staunch opposition to those of House Sinus, and specifically to their plan.
I will be honest with you. They were working with me, right up until the point where I decided to send them back. Commander refused. I took umbrage to this. But as it turns out, I didn't have to do a thing.
But something changed your mind.
No, my mind was already made up. They just didn't know it.
Something about this town, then?
Do you enjoy seeing a town burned,
No, of course not.
destroyed?
I do understand that if you are a soldier, you must carry out your mission.
I am not a soldier. Not by a long shot.
What are you?
A woman? At this point,
Would you say an hour has passed, by the way, just for moat?
yeah,
moat
sure. Regain some
regainage?
notes.
Everyone gets 5 motes back.
Everybody gets a car.
I didn't spend any.
Just through grass.
You just start learning to like throw grass, being like, and like you stick the grass into the tree
Yeah.
like halfway in because you're just using
Tree
throne
just
charms.
falls down.
Oh my gosh.
And she's
so
a Doncast.
strong.
She can buy throne charms
That's
anytime she
pretty
wants.
Awesome.
It's true.
So,
Are they inside?
Yes. They've entered. Pellio is
not
merry.
Hey! Everyone's here.
I'm just not looking at him, and if he sits anywhere near me, I'm gonna get up and move.
we are.
Hey! Hey, I know you! Hey! Hey, my friend! Ah! Yeah, we could have done that better, but that's okay.
I didn't like go in for the high five. I just did this, and like you came to me, and
I like your hair.
are you feeling all right?
It wasn't Port Calen's time. It was never supposed to be Port Calen's time. I was delaying them until you would arrive.
How did you know that we were coming this way?
Nix, you or us? Or is it unclear?
I wasn't entirely sure. It isn't as simple as all that. You're in considerable power. This entire town leans one way or the other because of you
We
and your murder sprees.
happened here at a time of great need, and during times of great need, one can have a great effect. Is that not true?
Oh, did you need to pay for Pellio's meal?
Slipped my mind.
My meal? What meal?
Thank you.
What?
Your liquid meal.
Pellio.
You know my name?
Yes, of course. You are somewhat of a celebrity here now.
You're too kind.
If
Who
you
are
could
you again?
focus your thoughts for a moment.
Yes.
Agents were here of House Sinus attempting to destroy this place so that they could set up another location of their own to raise this place would be to erase its history, and it would mean that they would be able to start over fresh. They allowed themselves time because I convinced them so. I told them that it would be wiser for them to remove all the able-bodied men and women so that when they became time to attack, not only would they receive much fewer resistance, much less resistance, but as well, they would have conscripts, more conscripts for their armies.
That was your idea.
It was that, or see the entire town fall into battle. They would have been outnumbered. They would have been destroyed. Well, not outnumbered, but certainly outmanned. I'm terribly sorry. I did what I could to save as many people as I could in a very, very short amount of time.
You thought on your feet you had to. Why were you working with them to begin with?
I'm not working with them.
But you have power over them.
They believe so. I'm not entirely sure that this is going to last much longer.
This effect? An illusion?
Not all the soldiers were killed. Some of them eventually will find their way back to House Sinus,
Yes, they will.
and they will inform the House that I was not exactly participatory in their plans.
Well, the soldiers barely saw anything. They didn't know your names, right?
No, they did not.
But they know yours.
They know a name.
They know my name.
Did they would they have recognized you? Were you that well known in the house?
I think I introduced myself to everyone. Didn't I?
You practically yelled it, yes.
Oh, balls.
House Sinus is already hunting for you.
Oh, lovely.
That's not exactly a major concern for you. At the moment, they're not convinced you're much worth of anything. Bear in mind, they believed that you were taken to Numa, where you are still incarcerated.
Well,
Until the soldiers get back.
Whether or not they believe soldiers who have routed.
Marla, this is incredible. Who are you? How do you know all this?
I'm Mara. I'm a woman, as I previously stated. Do I need to be more than that?
No, but why do they think that you have power over them?
I convince them of such.
How?
I'm not as talented an actor as Pellio, and I am not as stealthy a fighter as Nyx. But the judicious application of lies sometimes brings us power, if only for a moment.
could I, though I'm intoxicated currently, do I have the wherewithal to read intentions?
You're not that intoxicated. Well, how much resistance do you have?
1 dot.
So, You've had enough drinks that you're definitely feeling it, and you can absolutely be like, boisterous and outgoing, but you're not under any real wound penalties at this point in time. Exalted are pretty tough.
Okay.
But Pellio fully
like,
committed to it all the same.
I could see somebody being
that.
committed to it. I've seen people fake being drunk off a neck of beer,
Right.
because it made them cool.
People.
So what are you trying to find out?
Intimacies towards House Sinus.
Towards House Sinus. Okay.
Yeah.
Still 4.
I will be using the motive discerning technique.
Because you are a wise person. Sometimes it's important to let them know.
John parcels it out in bits and pieces here. It's good though.
Double 2.
Good thing you used it.
3, 4.
Nice.
That's enough.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Nice one. Nice one.
She has a tie to all houses of the realm. It's a minor of disdain.
Mala, you're being very evasive, and I understand you don't know if you can trust us. I wanted to make a show in good faith in the clearing. I did, because I feel that I can trust you.
An interesting notion.
Call it intuition.
Are you desiring a trade? Is that it? Information for information, knowledge for knowledge. I am your prisoner at the moment. I could be compelled to speak.
And yet you do not freely, so there must be something you're concealing.
I know my role here. As a prisoner, I am not entitled to my freedom, and therefore you are not entitled to freely learn from me.
Can I read intentions? Like,
Okay, y'all can
we're
always
all
read
going-
intentions,
sorry.
yo.
No, okay. I'm just gonna jump in then. Scene objectives in the scene.
Objectives in the scene. Sure.
That's all I got, eh? Yep. Nope. 3 successes.
She's very pink hair.
She does. It's super cool.
Yeah.
It's
And
super
he,
cool.
like, I feel like Five Paths is getting a little intense. He's like kind of curious about it. Yeah. It's not bad.
Okay.
How can we undo Sinus? You've worked with them, you've got some attachments to them currently.
You're not thinking small.
What?
It's one of the
Are you
major
gonna round up all the house members and shove their ears down their throat and choke them to death? Is that your plan?
I'm sensing some hostility.
Yeah, you're sensing right.
River Jade, I would never have guessed that the lowly daughter of a blacksmith from Giara
Pellio.
would
Excuse me?
have had any kind of...
Pellio.
Yes, what? I'm just having a conversation with our friend River Jade.
What did we discuss?
No, it's fine.
No,
Nix.
No.
What did you
I wanna know
discuss?
what he
Not
has
fine.
to say.
What do you care about House Sinus? Do you know anything about House Sinus? Do you know what they do to children? Do you know what they do to old people who can't work in the slave trade anymore? Do you know what they do to them? They do a lot worse than cutting off their ears, I can tell you that
I'm
much.
sure they do. I do care more about what my friends do to others. Deserve it or not, that was monstrous.
In time, we all become monsters.
I don't think we need to, is the difference. And I highly
believe-
disagree.
I believe the difference is what we do after we become the monster, and whether or not we try to return back to what we once were. It will happen to you, River Jade. It will happen to all four of you. Again and again.
No.
Your curse is something you cannot escape.
Okay. But it also doesn't have to be something that turns me into a monster. I'm still me.
Of course. But just because Pellio is coming to terms with who he is, and he is learning, doesn't mean you have to approve of his actions, nor is he unworthy of forgiveness.
You speak as if you know much about anathema.
Please
You all
don't
know.
use that word around me.
Why you call us monsters? Why not just call us anathema?
Because we are all monsters, all of us, everyone. We are all capable of destructive acts.
Doesn't mean that we have to do it. Does it? We have the right to choose what we do and how we do it. We have the right, we have the capability to decide whether or not to be the monster or to be a human being.
I appreciate what you're telling me. I do. And I would love more than anything if I could believe you. I would love more than anything if what you tell me was the truth. Perhaps I can guide you, just for a little while. I am truly sorry. I meant no offense and no insult. But I also know that Pellio has merely experienced the first taste of what it is to be exalted. And it is difficult for everyone. Especially one who has been hurt so badly.
I understand what you're saying, but I don't agree that shoving an ear down a person's throat to choke them to death has any correlation with being exalted.
I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to take a break! I mean, I guess we don't have to take a break, but we're definitely going to. Look, we are gonna come back to this. We're gonna see if we can take 5.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can do to resolve this, because I have a feeling like some secrets are about to get dropped.
Damn.
We'll be right back. I promise, and you can sanctify
I
it.
certainly will. Moats.
Everybody okay?
I'm great.
I mean, the thing that I like to think is that everybody gets up from the table, leaves, and just been like, fucking game.
I just go out into the hall and just hit my head against the wall a couple times.
Oh, that's what that spider webbing is on the wall inside.
We rent space here.
No, I bought a patch of wall.
Oh,
Just for me.
5 patch ascending.
Patch. That was good. It's very funny.
Thank you.
Welcome. I think you were just in the middle of lambasting.
Dressing him down.
I actually can't remember exactly where we left. Oh, we left off with.
Well,
with
we
Mala,
left off
that's right.
with Mala implying that, you know, all Exalted are monsters.
Oh yes, that's right. River Jade
specifically,
being like,
River
"Nuh-uh."
Jade objecting to this, and Mala being like, "Yeah, I get it, but."
But they're total monsters.
I'd like to read intentions on River Jade.
Oh, that's cool.
It'll be very easy.
I know.
Yeah, like taking an ICBM to like.
I meant to ask, am I slightly healed? Or because no time has really
Not
passed?
much time has passed, so.
Intimacies toward Pellio II.
Oh shit.
We'll sleep someday, River Jade, I promise. And then you will heal.
That's one thing about Exalted that I will
Reroll that.
point out is that getting hurt in Exalted actually kind of matters.
You're fine.
Unlike in other games where you're like, I'll just drink this shit. Oh, I feel much better.
This one's the red one.
My guile was 0, so if you rolled 1 success,
I rolled 5.
probably.
So
You are an open book.
any and all intimacy towards
Any at all.
Pellio, I would like you to reveal, please.
Okay, which one do I go with?
You have to tell. It's all of them.
Yeah. It's just 1, no?
Any
it's
and
of
all.
them.
It's all of
Any
them.
and all, because
Okay.
he rolled 5 successes.
Got
It's-
it. Okay,
He blew you out of the water with
So-
your 0.
for Pellio, all minors, disgust, disappointment, and a begrudging respect for his acting.
I love it. That's still there. Oh my god.
Just point out that as these intimacies are being made aware, if they aren't already shown on the sheets, I am revealing them. So you can check that out on River Jade's sheet.
Oh my
The way that she feels badly about Pellio.
But she likes his acting still. That's already.
She just hates him.
Begrudging though. You know,
Yeah, I did
Love
throw
your
in
characters.
begrudging.
hate you. That's funny.
Would everyone know that, or just him?
Just him, but I updated on the sheet because
Yeah, right,
you know, it's
yeah.
public knowledge now.
I think I
Unless
just
we
assume
kill
things.
everyone watching the stream.
What?
That music stopped right at the perfect time.
I mean, I
Well
know when
done.
the music's going to stop.
Right. I guess that's.
I know I've just done a social action. Am I, under the mechanics, am I allowed to now do an instill, or have I exhausted my kind of social round?
We're not really in rounds right now, so you
Okay.
will be able to instill, but you kind of. My recommendation is to actually talk to her and try to instill something, because then you'll stunt, and stunting is good. I knew you were coming here. I knew that prisoners from Numa would find shelter in Port Kalen. That's what I knew. I didn't know exactly who it was, and I didn't realize there would be 4 of you. I thought there would be only 2.
2.
There were 2 prisoners. That's what I saw. But I only saw 2. There are 4 of you.
How did you see?
You were tracking them, perhaps.
It was foreseen? I always get terribly uncomfortable speaking about it like this. It always seems so unfair.
What?
You saw the future?
I've been known as a fortune teller occasionally. Are you joking?
I'm laughing. No,
The,
okay.
the noodles are spicy.
Oh, has the soup arrived?
It's been like
was
sitting
already-
outside.
Oh my god,
It's
I've
been-
shoved a bowl at Pellio. Eat your fucking noodles.
Why?
What service? It's actually quite nice. Is this... I was going to say cumin, but I know it's not cumin. It's cardamom. River Jade, listen, we've got off to a bit of a rocky start. I have to say, I see you as being somebody with a lot of integrity. A person who is true to themselves.
3 dots.
Yes. And when you performed with me, I saw that you also had a lot of craft.
5 dots.
I'm sorry, I telegraphed that. But what I mean to say,
Zing.
Meta, I like it.
you need to realize, my dear, that there
Don't
are...
call me dear. I'm not your dear.
You are my dear.
No.
Yes.
No.
You're my friend and you saved my life, and I'm eternally grateful to you for that.
It obviously means nothing to you.
It means a great deal. And why does it mean a great deal to me? It means a great deal because I value my life above everything else.
Oh yeah, I know.
And the reason why I'm so upset with the people of House Sinus is because they tried to take my life away from me. So the very reason why I like you and appreciate what you did for me is exactly the same reason why I hate House Sinus. You saved something that I value, and they tried to take it away.
Is that all you care about? You?
It's the main thing, yes. But it's not all I care about. I also care about acting
Yes.
and grooming a generation of young actors with talent, which I found quite a lot of, a surprising amount of in this otherwise quite mediocre port town with the
Are
greatest
you
of
going
respect.
somewhere with this?
Yes, I am. What I mean to say, if you'll indulge me a moment more of your
I've
attention.
been indulging you for possibly too many moments, but I will indulge you for 5 more seconds.
Right. The people that I killed own other people. That should be enough for you to hate them as much as I do.
I don't hate them. I don't commend them for what they do, and I don't agree with it, and I hate what they do. But I would never willingly shove an ear down their throat to kill them when I could just stab them and make it quick.
I'd like to instill an intimacy of any level of disdain, hatred, any kind of animosity toward the noble houses in general, but particularly Sinus in
All right.
River
Our
Jade.
good buddy RJ.
I have a few things that can go against this.
Yes, you do.
Ooh, let's break this down. This is social
Yeah.
combat.
But like in order to refuse his instilling,
Right. So here's what it is. You can relent and just let it happen.
no.
Okay. The second thing is that he does still have to roll for it, and
Yeah.
he's rolling against your resolve, not your guile.
But it's 2 because of my wound penalty.
But you have also stunted, my good friend. Through your repeated assertions that he's talking too fucking much. Now he's stunted, but you also stunted.
Okay.
So there's that.
So it cancels.
Your stunts. The thing is that stunting to increase defense is a little more valuable than stunting to increase the dice pool.
Okay.
So you're slightly ahead of that game. I mean, he's still very persuasive. He is Pellio.
Yes.
However, you say that you also have other things that you want to do. I mean, you could also just simply spend a willpower if he succeeds, and it will go away.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
I can just do that?
you can.
But only if he succeeds.
Only if it succeeds.
Yeah, you don't have to spend it yet.
But if he doesn't succeed, then it doesn't
Then you don't have
matter
to.
anyways.
That's right. So it's basically,
Okay.
the thing is that he can try to instill things in you again and again and again until you run out of willpower, at which point then you basically are subject to his whims
Right.
in that way.
And can I use intimacies to block those winds?
You absolutely could if he was. The thing is, he's trying to instill something in you
Okay.
at the moment.
Right.
So, do you have any intimacies that would help prevent you from? You absolutely do.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out which.
You literally just told us about 2 of them.
Like if Pellio's trying to convince you to do something.
Like, right, I have disgust and disappointment.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so how, sorry, chatters.
No, this is really good. That we're all learning together.
How would I do that then? Like how do, like
You
what does
don't
that
do anything.
Okay,
He does.
okay.
He's going to roll, and his difficulty is going to change based on your situation.
Okay.
So
And my stunt added what to my result?
your stunt is going to add 1 to your resolve.
Okay.
Your stunt is going to add 2 dice
To my pool.
to your pool.
And I'm also going to use Quicksilver Falcon's Eye. So with this charm, the solar can intuit when a character applies resolve or guile against a social influence action. When he applies his guile to occlude his intentions, he knows. I'm just trying to work out whether.
So at the moment, if you end up using Quicksilver Falcon's Eye, that I don't believe is going to
Help.
give you any help
Yeah.
for this
Yeah.
particular thing. So
But-
I would recommend that you just
Then I will not
throw your roll down.
I will throw my roll down. Done.
The nice thing about Quicksilver
also
Falcon's
spend-
Eye is, like, if you care that Pellio know that she is specifically fighting back against him trying to instill that intimacy. That's like where it's kind of handy.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, let's say that you were talking in a room and you were like, everybody loves the Solar Exalted here, right? And River Jade was like, yeah, I totally love the Solar Exalted. You would be able to tell that she was like, I'm trying to resist loving them Solar Exalted because I don't.
That was an example.
Yeah.
River Jade,
Yeah, an
secret
example.
trader. River Jade, River Jade.
Just hide
So
my
you're-
sheet again?
Your you just pull the dragon-blooded book in front of you and
Yes.
place it down.
I've-
So your difficulty here is going to be.
The whole time.
So your resolve was 2 because of your wound penalties, plus 1 because of your stun, plus 1 for your. So it's 4.
It's +2, I think, because it's a minor, right?
Oh, for
I think it's
defense?
2, 3, and 4.
Oh, so
Damn.
sorry,
Thank-
it's 5.
I got 3. So.
So not enough.
Wow.
You can always try again.
Shame. Yeah. How much willpower do you have left?
Oh, I've got 4. I didn't spend 1. Well, I spent 1 last game. But
Never mind.
But you are concerned with legacy, as are we all, I think. We can at least agree on that. You mentioned these other students of acting.
Yes. I had a wonderful few hours with some of the young people of Port Kalin.
What's to be done with me?
Well, that depends. If we let you walk out of here, what will you do?
If I walk out of here, if you send me away, then I suppose that I will continue my travels.
Continue foreseeing things and doing your part to what? Bring events into existence?
I did nothing to bring you here. I simply knew you would be.
And made a point of being here when we were.
Yes.
Did you want to meet us?
Yes.
Is there some message you have for us?
No other message than whatever I can provide.
Are you meant to be here as a guide to us? Like you said.
The word meant is something that I don't know if I could agree to at this point in time. It was certainly something that I would like to do. At the same time, I am responsible for driving out most able-bodied people in this town. And I know that you would not appreciate this. If you are to exact punishment, I would understand, but know that I would defend myself as best I could.
I'm not in the habit of exacting punishment from people who know more than I do.
in the clearing, you seemed awfully, I don't know if upset is the right word, but concerned with the possibility of going to a prison. What did you mean by that? Do you mean a prison for anathema?
Please. I really don't appreciate the word.
Are you a Solar Exalted?
No. I would never dare to ascend to such greatness.
And what are you?
A woman?
What do you mean, greatness? We are reviled
You
in
are
creation.
exalted. All exalted have been ascended to a level that they could not possibly have dreamt. To feel essence coursing through you, to understand that you have mastery over it. It isn't something that you can prepare for. Even those who are dragon-blooded, who wait with bated breath to know that their exaltations are coming, that the 5 elemental dragons will look upon them and perhaps shower them with the gift because their parents earned it. They don't know what it feels like.
But you do? You sound as if you speak from experience of a more personal nature.
As I said, at the moment I'm a prisoner, and there's only certain things that I'm willing to reveal about myself while I am your prisoner.
Well, then what if you were to be free? Would you reveal more then?
Then it would be up to me, wouldn't it?
That it would.
So either way, it's up to you. Essentially, so being a prisoner does not really mean anything then.
Just as I would not demand that you give me any information about your secrets, I would expect that you would not demand it of me. A request made and allowed, different matter. Do you need more soup? And then you just hear clanking as
We're fine.
people come. Oh, okay.
I needed more soup.
Clump, clump.
Here, throw in my soup.
Does it
kind of-
go on him?
It's that's up to him to decide.
Oh my god.
I mean, you could stunt it, like.
Wow.
Scoff!
I guess he didn't stunt it.
It's fine.
It'll be all right, Pellio. We can get that out.
I'm adding an intimacy.
Blind hatred.
It's like fucking middle school. Oh yeah? Well, I'm adding an instance about you. Duty head.
Poopy face.
Do you like River Jade? Yes, no. maybe.
Teacher. River Jade added an intimacy about me.
There'll be no more intimacies
Can I
today.
use read intentions to just find out what kind of an exalted Mala is?
No.
No, I cannot.
Reading intentions doesn't let you discover secrets. It lets you figure out how they feel about things.
Right.
You have to understand, Nala, we are, well, it's obvious. We are new to the world.
Have I shown resistance to you in any way?
No.
Have I made it difficult to be your prisoner?
No, if anything, you've been too accommodating.
Yes. So therefore you know that I am somebody who, at the very least, respects you. I ask for respect in return.
You respect yet call us monsters.
I call all of us monsters, myself included.
And yet we are worthy of honor in your eyes.
Because we're all monsters. Everyone. The point is those who rise above it.
Why are we so honored in your eyes?
Because when I see the sun crest over the horizon, I know that this world was designed, was built to have leaders such as yourselves.
Is that... I'm sorry, is that a feeling you have, or is that some sort of truth?
Truth is what we make of it. 5 paths ascending.
His mind's just kind of blown for a second here.
Yeah, you like that, don't you?
I like being intellectually stimulated,
Yeah, you like that lore, don't you?
Leaders like us. So you wanted to be here, foreseeing the arrival of at least some of us, you wanted to speak to us, you wanted to guide us, maybe? You wanted to make sure that we were on the right track? No.
Would you care for me to tell your fortune?
I would.
And you? Whee!
Didn't you already specify it?
I formally request to be released.
Fine. I mean, I'll leave it to you. I don't care.
Why are you leaving it to her?
I think it was Nyx who took her prisoner in the first place. Right?
I mean, she fully just offered, and I said sure.
It was
Yeah, let's let it go. She obviously loves us. I mean, unless she's lying.
Eat your scarf soup. He starts licking it off his own scarf.
Brings it out back into the bowl.
You're released.
Thank you. I appreciate the fact that my bonds weren't too tight. I don't even have any marks. That was kind of you. River Jade, at some point in the next year, your life will be in Pellio's hands. And at some point in the next year, his life will be in yours.
Because we try to kill each other, right? I'm kidding. That was Jess.
Neither can live while the other survives.
The difference is that through inaction, Pellio could cause you to fall. But it is through your action that Pellio might. Five Paths Ascending. This was not a message that I was meant to deliver to you, but I shall deliver it anyway. I no longer see still light.
Oh, damn.
Is he...
I don't know. Nyx. I do see Minute.
I know you do. I would know if he was dead.
Are they twins? Do they have a twin bond?
Oh, now I wish they did. But no,
Fucking,
they don't.
God damn it. I don't have a goddamn twin bond with my sister. Now hold on, I have to tell her all about this.
Hey girl, you'll
She
never
says
guess
you're a
what
jerk.
She is right.
Can you tell me a story as well?
Once upon a
yeah,
time,
aren't
there
you
was a
my
young
Julie?
boy thrown into a world of intrigue, mystery, danger. One that actually used his abilities as an actor. It came to a crashing halt when it got too much for him to handle. And it was decided that he was expendable, perhaps even a liability. And as a result, his pain exists. Only now he's been given a weapon. And he has the ability to spread pain wherever he stands. Otherwise, he could be so good as to spread his art instead. Will it be with a sword or a paintbrush that you change creation? Or am I just a poor storyteller? I don't have your gift.
You have many other gifts.
That pink hair, for one.
Do you like it? And then she just sort of touches it just very lightly, and there's just the hint of vanity there.
It is very cool.
Very fetching.
Thank you. It's rather kind.
I look back down and force a scowl on my face.
Do you know how to get soup stains out of scarves?
An application of water. I am exalted, just as you. It is not the sun that grants me my mastery of essence.
But what?
Is it important?
It is.
If we want to know how to survive and thrive in this world, I think it is.
You've met other exalted before.
Yes.
Yes.
Not all of us have what you would consider a tie to the sun, or the moon, or the dragons. And I am of that sort.
What do you have a tie to?
Who is your patron?
That's my own secret. First things first. If I don't see still light, it means that it's possible that he's simply managed to conceal himself from the eyes of heaven. It's also possible.
Yes.
It's also possible that he is dead, and if so, your compatriot is in very much danger. As would be How, if he indeed is planning on returning to Numa, a place I never want to see again. We also have Minute, who is currently an innocent, trapped among wolves.
And the other conscripts, they're going north of Nexus. There's a camp there, apparently. Also, there were two others following you, who were following you. I don't know who they were actually tracking.
Dangerous, I didn't notice anything.
They were very good. I was just better. Okay. I lost sight of them, though, when the battle started.
Anything? Young, old, friends?
She walks over to
Snow
where
is
Pellio
too.
is. By the way, now that she's
They
free,
said that someone was an idiot.
she stands up, she walks over to Pellio, and then she, once again, she reaches her hand out just to your cheek, like she did before. I understand why you did what you did.
Thank you.
Do you understand why they were hurt?
They just don't know me very well.
Do you understand that they were hurt?
I was perhaps
Well, it's pretty difficult not to understand. They've made it abundantly clear. I'm a bit surprised that Nyx was quite so indignant. Seems like the kind of thing that she would do on a daily basis, her bread and butter.
They do have good bread in this town.
But
I understand when people need to die, Pellio, but when people need to die in such an unnecessary way, then it's not necessary anymore. And I need to make sure your emotions aren't going to get us
Oh, well,
killed.
that's down to 3 players.
One
guys.
down.
Oh shit!
Jade just choked.
Sorry,
Scotty's
James.
moving up.
So many,
Here, though.
but on noodles.
Hey. Sorry.
But now I understand you a little bit better. I may not respect what you did, but I do understand it. And I think one day you'll come to understand me.
I completely understand the need to dispatch a routine enemy with as much
Efficiency.
speed and efficiency,
Intelligence.
celerity, if you will. Intelligence, sure, why not? But I had a need. I had a deep need.
Yes,
in my...
to dismantle an entire house by eliminating one soldier.
It is a message. Nyx.
A message is only as good as the person delivering it.
Nyx, you hear people on the roof.
Duh, fuck.
Back in a sec.
Just like under the window.
Yeah. Oh, so cool.
Flips up under the roof.
Guys, there's no such thing as White Veil. It doesn't exist. I mean, like, it's a funny joke, but come on, stop it.
Please.
You said anything about? It's weird.
There's someone on the roof. Sorry if you were actually taking action, I apologize.
Yeah, I was going to use sensory acuity, Prana, the charm I just purchased, to listen to the sounds on the roof,
Which you just learned about because I told you.
which you just indeed.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you, thank you.
You're
At the
welcome.
table, folks.
Such little shit.
I love it.
Wonderful, though.
Yes, I hear it too. Let me listen.
Do you do this?
Do you get a cup?
Hark.
Yeah.
Hark the roof.
Hark, the roof.
You can hear breathing on top of the roof.
You're
You're no longer moving, but there's
I'll put those
breathing.
notes back then.
No, I think that was because of the.
That's because of the
Because
noises.
Oh, okay.
How many?
I haven't rolled yet.
I'm telling you because I assume that you'll get it.
Okay, cool.
That's good.
We're speeding things along a little.
Cool. Got it.
How many?
How many?
I'm whispering.
2.
One of them is male, one of them is female.
This
You
could
can
be the
tell
two
that
from
much.
before.
Both adults.
Could be anything.
And no, you can't smell what they had for dinner.
Is that cardamom?
They had the
No,
soup
not
too.
everyone loves cardamom.
It used to be cardamom, now it's turning into something else. I mean poo. I mean. Right, sorry. I've had a bit to drink.
Wait, are they taking a
Now
dump on
you
the
just,
roof?
all of you hear footsteps running off the rooftop and then a slight bulge as they're jumping.
Ooh, can I climb out the window?
I'm gonna look out the window.
I mean, you can.
Onto the roof?
You see very briefly 2 black-robed figures, similar to the ones that you saw before, dive into the tall grass off the building and
They love that.
disappear. You can just burn all the tall grass.
I want to clock what direction they're going so I can actually track them later.
You can't tell what direction they're going. You know that they're in the grass.
Okay, but like where they disappeared into the tall grass so I can go and fully track their
The
bones.
next time that you hear something, especially if they're spying on you, announcing it isn't exactly the easiest way to keep them listening.
Well, they should come and face us if they have questions.
Not all answers are discovered through questions.
True.
No, I don't understand. Do you have anyone who might be following you? People that you've angered with your fortune telling or whatever?
Not that I know of, but apparently there were. Are you climbing down? Like, are you trying to go after them? It's starting to get quite dark, by the way. It'll be difficult.
No, I'm coming back in.
Okay.
What did you see?
They disappeared into the grass.
Do you think they were there
Fuck
long?
that table. Kick it.
On the roof? No. No, they probably just figured out where we are. Which means they might be back when we're all sleeping here in the inn. Or we could find another place to stay, or we could let them come back and try to trap them.
If they were following me, perhaps it's just as good that I leave.
They might be following the two fugitives or the runaway monk.
I'm afraid
It's
I don't
really hard to tell. I have a lot of enemies too.
know. How could you possibly? You're so kind.
Thank you. Well, off to dig about 10 graves for those soldiers.
No, actually, though.
What did you do with them though? Didn't you just leave them in the
Put
sun?
their bodies in a
In the
cute
sun.
little. They were having a tea party.
God, yeah, I arranged
Oh my
them.
god!
It's really disconcerting.
Like put all their faces into smiles.
You arranged them in one of those like
Really
YouTube meme videos where everyone's just frozen and you with the camera.
Oh my god, 5 pads.
I mean, I let the
Absolutely.
soldier go into the water, so
at least put a cannonball attached to the corpse.
no, I let her float away with dignity.
God. There's no room for dignity here, River Jade. We're in a
Someone
war
had to
now.
make room for it.
And then outside you start hearing and then more people joining in as more here. Clap for me to make it complete delusion. There you go.
Feels like the end of Strictly Ballroom.
Oh,
You're welcome, everyone.
Pellio!
Pellio!
Do you appear at the window?
I appear at the window.
So there's a crowd that's assembled,
yeah.
and everybody starts to cheer like madly. I love it because they see your face.
Good people of Port Calin,
More stories.
I will regale you with a story of intrigue and deceit. Two strangers have chanced upon your hamlet, walking upon your roofs, scurrying about in the darkness.
I love horror stories.
But alas, my dear, yes, my little friend, this is a horror story. And this is a horror story that you can participate in. A piece of interactive theater. I tell you now, people of Port Calin, that these two rogues who have been scurrying about your town by night are real.
Oh, I don't think I'll ever sleep again.
This is totally me.
And they, I tell you now, they've just run off that away. I know darkness has befallen the town. But I implore you now, if you wish to participate in this piece of interactive theater with us, go back to your homes. Get your pitchforks, get your torches,
What the fuck?
no, I'm down. Let's see where this is going.
and find these two rogues and bring them to us. And then I will tell you a story the likes of which you have never heard.
Nyx and Pellio, you hear footsteps on the roof again. And then you can hear scurrying down a wall and then footsteps in the room next to you. Let's go, everybody! Pitchforks, torches, yeah, interactive theater. I'll never sleep again.
Oh my god!
Can I gesture at 5 paths?
I'm sorry, you can't gesture at 5 pounds. He's an idiot. No.
And then I want to go to the door.
5 languages.
And like as they're cheering, open
What is this
it.
gesture like?
You see a girl, she's maybe 10 years old. She looks up and she says, "This is the greatest day of my life." And then she runs off and she grabs a tiny little hammer.
A
just
fork?
Like, but not like one of your hammers, but like a standard
Like a-
claw
yeah.
hammer. And then she's like, and runs off into the,
That's
into the grass.
Tiny
And
Jess.
then promptly trips over
Tiny
a root.
RJ. And tiny. Maybe a bit of both.
Nyx directed me to pop out the window and try to clamber along the building and see if I could peek in the room next door.
You seem like the one who was best at climbing. I
I'm
hope
going
I
to do
chose
this.
correctly.
Okay, so you're going out, up.
Yeah, I'm. Well,
By the time you get to the window,
yeah.
you can see that the door is closing behind. So, like, somebody had just
Right.
exited the room and closed the
And
door.
as I'm going out our door,
So you see.
I'm
the
trying
two,
to, like,
You see
grab
the
both
two
of us
robed
converge.
figures, and they start walking towards you and just pointing into the room with just this like irritated like. They come in, and the first thing that they do is the two figures, and then you hear, "Close the blinds."
no, it's okay.
They're speaking. They're speaking in river speak, by the way.
Okay.
They're speaking in flame tongue. Fuck! Damn it up! Yeah, I'll look out the window, see if I see you.
No, I'm in the room next door.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Not seeing them, I guess I pop back out into the hall and then see them going down. So I follow them back into
Perfect.
the.
Okay. So we're on the room.
Yeah.
Thanks for trying.
Good enough.
You're a dick.
I've heard that before. But everyone's a critic. And who the fuck are you?
Boom.
Yeah.
These are fair questions.
See, answers from questions. I see.
The taller one pulls the hood off his head. His hair is short, spiky, and his ears, however. And then outside, you start to hear. Fuck? Oh,
No.
I know what that was. Never mind. Turns out that if I mouse over a clip, it starts playing.
That's right. That's technology.
Oh, that's
wonderful.
fun.
It's very fun.
Short spike.
Hair's short, spiky, a very, very dark blue. Face has just this like crags all over it. He's obviously pretty elderly, or at least appears to be pretty elderly. And you can see that his ears are pinched. Not like pinched up like an elf's like this, but more like it squashed, like almost like you took cauliflower ears and then deflated them and then back against his head. You can see that around his neck, he's got a very, very ornate bone necklace. It has carvings along each individual segment. And then his throat is a silvery blue, and it stretches down.
Like
Underneath his collar.
it's like a tattoo or marking?
Similar to, yeah, like markings.
That's cool. Okay.
All they're gonna do is just burn all the grasses outside. Is that what you wanted?
No, they're going to find the two mysterious figures who have been following us around.
They're probably gonna find two of themselves and drag them back into town.
Pellio, that we have the mysterious figures now. So
I am aware of
so
that.
you can change the ending of your story.
I certainly can, but I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Why have these mysterious figures been following us around for all this time?
I also have to ask the same question.
I'm actually not going to sit idly by while you let a bunch of people with pitchforks run rampant through a town where we already found what we were looking for, so call
We're
it
not
off.
following you. And the tall one, the shorter one has her cloak, we assume it's a her because you can hear her breathing, is pulled very low and has a drawstring tied so that it wouldn't be easy to pull it back up. She's remaining quite quiet. And the tall one points directly at Mala.
I am moving to stand. I'm moving to defend Mala.
Call it off, I'll also do that.
Trying to destroy this entire place isn't right. Don't appreciate it.
Neither did we. But apparently it was for the right reasons, and we're going to set things to right.
In what way is destroying this place the right reasons?
Okay. My friend, I don't know your name. Thank you for popping by. I have a bit of a deal to strike with you. I'll call it off. If your friend takes off her hat.
Fuck you.
Townsfolk! Oh, townsfolk!
This is potentially going to go really badly.
Yep.
Is it too late to roll?
You just have this habit of needing to get what you want.
Yes?
Are you new?
Sorry, they are.
Life's full of disappointment. And then from under his cloak, he pulls out just this small, very small shuriken between each of his fingers. I don't appreciate this. And if you don't want to see your friend peppering the wall, you're going to be quiet. Do you understand me?
Which friend are you referring to?
You. I think. But
No, they're pointing at Mala.
Mala, they're coming from Mala.
Call it off, Pellio.
I want to know who...
Yes? What is it, Pellio?
Can I take his scarf and hold it over a candle in our room?
Yes, well, you can.
What are you doing? Okay, fine. I'll fine. Okay, fine.
I want to know what the four of you are doing with this.
Never do that again.
I just
Now.
lift up the blinds for him, just stick his face out.
Townsfolk, meet me in the town square in 14 seconds, and then I run out of the room. Oh,
I'll tell you, don't worry. Don't have to worry about him.
I mean, you said they were outside the door, right?
Honey, the air got a lot less egotistical in here. Are you also leaving?
No, I close the door behind him, lock it, and lower the blinds.
Wow. Sorry.
Can't lock the doors.
I put up 5 chairs up against it.
They're made of paper.
I like them. No, not again. Not again. Sorry.
would have the opposite effect.
Why would you defend somebody who has decided to destroy this entire town?
Because it is our understanding that she is not destroying this entire town. That was a ruse.
A ruse. This is a ruse. And he drops the shuriken and they just sort of like fall against the ground and it becomes clear that they're painted wood as opposed to actual metal.
Respect.
This isn't. And he reaches behind his cloak and pulls out this massive sword. One bigger than almost any that you've ever seen. You've seen 2 dual-wielded short diclaves. This is an actual diclave.
It's like 5.5,
bigger
6
than
feet
Pellio's
long. Where did he pull it out from? I don't know.
I mean, it's not a grand diclave.
Oh,
it's a
wait,
diclave.
wait.
It is still like a massive sword that should be way too large for anybody to wield effectively.
He drops it, turns into wood. Sorry.
It has an iridescent sheen, and you can hear ocean as he pulls it out.
Real Brick Wall would like to know what color it is.
Yeah, I
that
know
you
he does.
used.
I just described it. It's an iridescent sheen. I'm not saying what color it is yet. It's dark in this room. You just turned off, like you just closed all the things and shit.
We have 1 candle.
Yeah, 1 candle's not enough.
I'd like to roll lore on 4 candles.
We have no need of violence here. I'll explain as much as I know. Please. Please put that away.
Mala's standing there, and once again, she just has this sort of like very calm, like expression on her face, the same that she had the previous time.
Mala, I'm sure you can explain yourself, but I would like to try my best to put this to rights.
Now I've got an entire town looking for us because of your friend.
It's been called off. They'll be distracted by something else Pellio will do in about 14 seconds.
Smash cut to Pellio just taking his clothes off.
Doing like a coyote ugly. Oh, that works.
I call
He's back in the pub.
He is.
He just went back to the clock tower and is having more drinks.
He's gonna be insufferable after this.
Okay.
She's exalted, which means that you can't handle her.
We have so far. Wouldn't you say?
Baby solars don't concern me. And he starts walking forward. He's quite large.
Yep.
He's easily, like his head is almost at the ceiling. And he is holding a very large thing. When you see that it starts moving close, the blade, while it is reflecting blue, when you see it up close, it looks far more silver.
I'm going to activate Mantis form, so I'm going to drop into my stance. But it's not like I'm not taking a combat action, I'm just readying my martial arts form.
Cute.
Can I profile character?
Well, he's been around for like 2 minutes. Once he's been around for a little longer, you can.
Yeah.
If we let him be
Just-
there for a little longer.
Just distract him. Quick, Pellio, get in here. Take off your clothes.
I'm busy.
I think it would work.
Is he taking off my
Go
clothes?
around.
I know.
Sir, look. I want to learn as much as I can from her. That's why we have her here. You have no reason to allow this to me. But I have a feeling you mean to end her life or take her away. I just need more time. We can deliver her to you. Or what you want.
I'm not your prisoner any longer, if you'd remember.
No, she's not.
That's right.
So you can't deliver me anywhere.
Well, I would allow you time to escape at least.
Do you often make a habit of separating me from my prey?
I've never met you before. And why pray?
She dies tonight.
No, I don't think so.
No.
And he lets the sword, he turns and he lets the sword rest its very tip on the ground. It makes a very dull thud sound. It's marvelous. It's magnificent. What could it possibly be? But this must be one of those artifacts that you've studied in
want
the
it.
past.
So
It looks expensive.
I want this thing.
She'll fetch a fine price at market.
We seem to be at an impasse.
Yeah, we do.
Why do you want her?
Because no one gets to decide what happens to this town because they choose.
So you also want the best for Port Callan?
I didn't say that.
Aha. Well then now we are at odds, aren't we?
Your name.
My name is Five Paths.
You've chosen the wrong one. Step aside.
The only path is the one we're on. And right now mine is here.
Wait, the only one's the one we're on, but yet there are 5.
It's a bit of an ironic name, sort of a band thing, you know?
Could I read intentions while
Hey,
this
no,
is
no.
happening? And
5
while I
piece
wait for my
orchestra
5
for a while.
minutes?
Yeah,
Take
what
the
are you
fair
reading
one.
in intentions?
I want to see if there are any intimacies towards Port Callan.
Okay.
This is Guile.
Like 2.
I don't know, like 2 or whatever. 2, 20.
That's 4 successes.
4 successes?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, 2. One of those a minor.
Okay.
Discomfort. The other is Port Callan will stay for as long as I need.
And is that a minor spell?
Yeah. Outside,
Oh, thank God.
the townspeople have gathered. Some people are still finding their way out from it. Thankfully, there's been dew, so things haven't caught on fire that much yet.
Sorry.
And it has been raining all day.
Brave people of Port Calin. Yeah! I see that you have gathered in your tens, your hundreds, to witness this communal act, this act of interactive theater.
Oh my God, I think he's going to start performing for us again. Really? He isn't that attractive.
They're back.
Through your efforts, brave people of Port Calin, we have uncovered the rogues who have beset your town.
Peas and carrots, peas and carrots, peas and carrots.
Best town. Greatest town of all time.
We uncovered their mischievous, devious intrigue, their plot to burn your town to a crisp.
Rhubarb sassafras, rhubarb sassafras, rhubarb sassafras.
They schemed to wait until your children were in their beds and then set about to burn your town to the ground. But we stopped them. And we routed them. And they left one piece of evidence. And I take out the piece of clothing bearing the mark of the emblem of House Sinus.
Oh, snapperdoodle.
Okay. You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
Brave people of Port Calin, behold the emblem of your enemy.
House Sinus?
Yes,
But why, Pellio?
that is for us to discover in the second act of our play.
Rabble, 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 rabble.
Day of my life. I want to be in the play.
I just love them so much.
When will that be?
Stay tuned.
What does that mean? Tuned?
This is a story, people of Port Calin, that I cannot write alone. I am but one man, of meager talent, compared to your own collective talents.
No! No, you're the most talented of all of us!
You're too kind. Please, you're too kind. I beg a moment's indulgence of you all.
I love you, Pellio.
I love you too. People of Port Calin, this is a story for you all to write together.
Okay, wait for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is this guy? No, but seriously.
He is Pellio.
Like that means something to me?
It will. Intimidate?
He picks up his
Yeah.
diclave and just puts it back under his cloak and closes it around him. And as he does so, you see that on his arm is remarkably hairy. Very hairy, almost furry.
Would I have any knowledge of, like, either in this region or in the north, any sort of tales of, like, beastmen or, you know what I mean? Like,
How much lore do you have?
all of it. I
I'm
have
pretty
five.
sure you know
Whoa.
of the existence of lunars.
Okay, cool. So that's a pretty decent assumption, I guess, then.
It's the greatest day of Jess's life right now.
Werewolves!
You can see that the smaller figure has reached out and without showing anything has reached out and has placed a hand on his lower back. Fine. Not today then. But soon. We're going to decide whether this one deserves life or death. And he turns and he goes to the window and he puts up the shade. Fuck this.
Does he transform into a werewolf as he jumps out? Lands on him.
That's racist.
But does he though?
No.
Damn it. Fine.
May your paths be smarter chosen.
You're not my enemy. Why did you make it this way?
Yeah, why?
We could learn so much from the daughters of Luna.
Oh, he
Sons
draws
and- sons
himself
and
up
daughters,
high
I
enough
guess,
that
yeah.
like his head just like little spikes in his hair
gonna
just
die.
get squashed out.
I'm gonna die today. Cool.
I got you. I don't know how much it'll do, but
I go get some more soup.
throwing him to the wolves.
The mewling of infants doesn't distract me. And he indicates with his head, and the smaller one goes out the window.
Was he here for 5 minutes?
Yes.
Can I roll now before he leaves?
Yes, he can.
Thank you.
Yay! He's cloaked though, so you know.
No, he took the hood off.
Yeah, the hood.
I'm Sherlocking him.
Whoa.
In the meantime, has the crowd been settled now? Can I-
Yeah, they've settled, although there's still a few chants for stories, and that one woman is like, basically like, please, Pellio. There's also a couple of dudes who are like, yo, Pellio, let's get to the pub.
Oh, God.
The bros of Port Callan.
Poor bro.
Weren't they all conscripted?
Not these ones.
These are old
These are old
bros.
bros. The OG bros.
This, unfortunately, is not a time for feasting just yet. We have uncovered a plot, my good friends.
Yeah, plot to score us some brews. And then they, like, you see a couple of dude bros just like run over to the pub, and everyone else is just like is more glad that they're gone, and they stay and they're looking at you.
As I walk away, but as I walk away, I reach out to the woman who is making eyes at me, and I just do that as I walk, just like a.
I hate to see you go, Pellio, but I love to watch you leave.
There it is.
I can't.
Oh, do you toss your hair?
I just like.
I love it.
I mean, I can grow a mustache if I have to. But do I have to?
I want to get back into that room as soon as
Yep.
possible.
How's your case?
Makes sense.
6 successes.
It's a good amount of successes.
He's not as old as he looks. Or rather, maybe he is, but he definitely looks more weathered than he should be. This guy's obviously seen battle, but he's had no training like you've ever seen. Clearly not somebody who's part of like a regular militia or an army. And also somebody who doesn't have the discipline to learn a martial art.
He doesn't have the discipline?
Does not have the discipline to learn a martial art. He's somebody who trusts very much what he sees and what he hears and very little else, even if it comes from somebody he trusts. I'm giving pauses so that people can write this shit down. The town is important to him, but not necessarily the lives of the people in the town.
Okay.
He definitely has hate on for Mala. It's also clear that he's been tracking her for quite some time.
Okay.
But despite the fact that he is a grizzled veteran, despite the fact that he has his massive sword, he had fake little tchotchke
Shuriken.
shuriken. Thank you. He doesn't actually have any wish to hurt you. He's a lot of bluster. However, the fact that he has a massive sword in his possession means that he probably could if he wanted to, or at least he could make a good try.
Thank you.
You can arrive back in now. There's now only one of them in the room, the tall one.
Okay.
You're still a dick.
I called it off. I like your necklace. Where'd you put the body? Well, there were two here before.
She's gone.
She left.
Oh. You didn't kill her, Nix.
I did not.
How about this one? We're gonna kill this one.
No.
Hi.
You can see that like his teeth are a little more pointed than they should be.
Ooh, you might want to get that checked out.
Oh boy.
How do you put up with him?
He's very persuasive.
Really?
I thought your performance was quite exciting, Pellio.
He's not a bad actor.
And nor are you. I see the spark of raw talent in her.
Oh.
He starts to he puts his feet up on the window as he's preparing to leave.
I suppose it's not my place to ask why you wish harm on Mala, but... well, I wish you wouldn't. That's all I got.
I'm so sweet.
He just loves her pink hair so much.
If wishes were horses, we all could ride.
I'm on a horse.
Marla,
Yes.
do you have any idea why this person means you ill?
Yes.
Can you share that with us now?
He hasn't left. He's still standing at the window. Perhaps I should wait. You had better hope that death from the river never finds you again. And he swings out, and just as he goes, and your scarf is pedestrian at best. And then he disappears at the window.
Now I am offended.
What? Oh dear.
Sorry, what did he say to Scott?
Death from the you should hope that death from the river never finds you again.
It's safe to assume that that is his name. Lunars have really long and complicated names.
Hyphenated.
Hyphenated too, so his name is Death from the River.
A cousin of Qua?
So, Marla, you were saying?
Yes, I was saying. Is it really that important that I tell you?
Oh, I think it is. Wouldn't you all agree?
He doesn't appreciate my mission.
Which is...
He doesn't appreciate my lineage. He doesn't appreciate my patron.
Will you share who your patron is now?
I told you that was my secret.
I know, but now it seems to concern all of us.
Fine. And she tells you.
Fucking do it! I fucking knew it! I fucking knew it!
We were just looking at each other.
I was just waiting for it.
There's no way.
Waiting for it.
But we'll end the session.
Yeah.
It's a running joke with John and Sidereals that,
Oh.
that when they
Running.
it is.
So we know.
No, we immediately forget. That's their thing. Oh. So she tells us the answer, and it just doesn't register. That's
Or
it.
you were unable to remember it.
Yeah, we're unable to remember it.
Oh,
Well, that's if she is a sidereal.
Well, she is now.
I mean, you wrote it in pretty big letters in your notebook there.
I mean, I'm pretty positive, but
Can I just see that for a second?
there's a lot of notes.
Yeah,
They're
I know.
really
I'm
messy.
not looking at all the notes. I just
Did I
want to
spell
see.
it right?
Yeah,
I wrote side reel.
I also wrote that.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's the spell.
it's like a third
Yep.
of John head. Quarter John head.
that's like 72 point font.
Yeah, I was very excited. I didn't write lunars this big. I felt like I had already used up enough paper.
Folks, it's time. You have to decide what the decision point of the game was. Throw your answers into the chat now. We'll vote on it, and in the meantime, we'll figure out exactly what the hell these four are. It's after party time.
Woo! After party.
We had to figure out exactly what the hell was going on here, but we've learned a bunch.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Let's find out what you guys actually decided to throw out there. So we're going to start today with. All my dice are away. So we're going to start with Liz.
Okay.
I learned that I'm adding another intimacy, a minor intimacy for Pellio of pity,
Oh.
which is better than distrust
Is
when you
it?
think about it.
It doesn't replace distrust.
Oh, but I don't know how long distrust is going to hang out there. I don't
Nice.
know.
That's nice.
Okay.
How about you, Amir?
Yeah, I kind of, I think Pellio is learning that he needs to play politics way better in his, like, he needs to start working his circle of friends. He can't just let loose and be Pellio. He's kind of at the office, unfortunately. So,
You need us, and we need you to act a certain way sometimes. Right?
Yeah, so like, you can only let so much of the Pellio out before everyone's like,
Who let the Pellio out?
yeah, exactly. Before everyone's like, all right, turn that down, please, because it's getting in the way.
Or get up on the stage.
Or get,
Get up on the stage.
so
Let it out there.
yeah, exactly. So I think he's kind of like, I think he's developing a kind of pragmatism, almost like bordering on cynicism. Kind of like
He wasn't cynical before?
oh, he was super cynical, but he was kind of like, he was just kind of like balls out. Do you know what I mean? And
Oh,
now-
we know.
Yeah, yeah, and now he's kind of like,
Now it makes sense. Scott?
yeah. Anyway.
We learned a lot about the state of the world and the NPCs and how Pellio is maybe manipulating the town about Sinus, but I learned that at the beginning of the session, 5 was super adrift. I was thinking about defining what you said about defining intimacies and providing a direction for life, and how my defining intimacies currently don't provide me a direction for my life. But by the end of the session, I think I found a couple of things that 5 hooked into as things he wants to defend, things he wants to fight for. That's what I learned.
Yes.
I found out that River Jade really doesn't want to become a monster. So that's
Yeah.
what I found out.
Oh, my sweet summer child. That's a very good thing to. No,
I think so.
I think that works. I think that works quite well.
Yeah.
I think that makes a lot of sense. I learned
Yeah. Yes.
that you guys need, like, y'all need, jeez, no. You guys need to talk amongst yourselves more. There's a lot of secrets that you're bottling up, and not necessarily ones that you think are that important.
Players or characters?
No, characters. Players are all open books.
That's what today was about.
I I do feel like a few things came out today that were really,
Yeah.
like we weren't all four together all the time, but like things came out today that I think were really important to be heard and to be understood. You know?
Okay.
I do. I feel that way.
I'm glad to hear that.
You don't agree, but you're glad to hear it. No,
I'm glad to hear
I'm
that.
kidding.
So what do you think Mala is? Yeah, we've seen the paper. Yeah.
If we say it though, does it cease being true? That's the real
It's
question.
true, because last week I thought she was a lunar.
It's one of those.
And I thought she was going to have a tie to Pellio and it was going to be hysterical.
I don't pull that bullshit.
Yeah. Fair.
That's what you say? Oh no, that couldn't possibly be what it was.
Abort.
The thing is that I have seen this happen. That the instant that you start making that a routine part of your running a game is when you make a mistake at one point, and then you get caught, and then your players never trust you again.
That's fair.
And that's why I don't play with my dad anymore. I mean, what? My dad's great.
How Pellio was your?
Better than your dad.
No. Who's doing the grade school bullshit now, John?
We're infectious.
I bet my Lunar Exalted could fight your Lunar Exalted.
Here are your decision point votes. The vote is starting now. Mala tells us what she is. Pellio invents an interactive murder mystery. Five Paths is honest to a fault, and it may save him. Or River Jade receives a prophecy. That's 0, 1, 2, or 3
Nice.
that you can vote now. Now, as we're waiting for those votes to come in, of course. I mean, it's so you originally thought that she was a lunar, and now you believe that she's a sidereal?
Well, I just thought it would be hilarious if she was a lunar with a tie to Pellio. Like, that's kind of what... I just thought
Liz's
that would be
brain
funny.
wheel was turning and thought
Yeah.
that would be funny, yeah.
Could she be a liminal? Is that possible?
Which one's which? One of them is like liminal and exigence. One of them are undead, and one of them are
Liminal
like
are the ones who are pieced together.
of the
Right.
Yeah.
And
Exigent.
exigent is like how, right?
Yeah, an exigent is an exalted of a lesser god.
right. Is
One
that
who
what
has
you meant?
who has petitioned the unconquered sun for the right to give their exigence to a champion.
I see.
Is that what?
I have no idea what I meant, actually. I just wanted to say the word liminal.
It's pretty cool.
I'm sorry, I called you on it. I didn't mean to.
No, that's fine.
We all learned something today.
Yeah.
Really, I learned something.
What we don't know is like what she is a chosen of.
Right.
Because there's the 5 maidens
Yeah.
based on the planets.
What 5 maidens?
That's true. I know nothing about them.
You know
Oh,
nothing.
like, do you want me to name them? Is that what you're saying? Because I
Like
don't know
Neptune,
them.
Mercury, that kind of thing?
Yeah. I don't know them. I'll tell you a couple.
Chosen of secrets, endings.
Serenity.
Serenity.
Journeys, serenity, battles, secrets, endings.
Battles. Yeah.
But they're of journeys is Mercury. Serenity is Venus. Battles would be Mars, because that makes sense. Secrets would be Jupiter, and endings would be Saturn.
She does like her secrets.
She also likes to journey.
True.
She also likes the band Journey.
Don't stop. Nice. Yeah, I know. I thought that was really cool. And just to introduce us also to Death from the River. Where did that guy come from? I don't know.
I don't know, but
excited.
I'm loving it.
So far, all my
excited.
theories are really failing because I was convinced the duo was Still Light and Jaya. I was convinced.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I'm
not
I'm
necessarily
But
impossible.
still, might not be in existence in a year.
No, still it may not be in existence now.
Oh, it's now.
Yeah, in
it's
1
not a
year,
way
you
to
guys are
plug
going
We
to
might not
do
be in
some
existence
crazy
here.
shit
Also
to each
true.
other.
I think it's about time to close that decision point, and it is a tie
Ooh.
Pellio invents an interactive murder mystery, and River Jade receives a prophecy.
Nice.
And that, to me, just shows that I think that all decision points have to have the words Pellio and River Jade in them.
It's true.
Even though technically River Jade receiving a prophecy isn't, you know.
Maybe it was
From
her-
Mela.
Maybe it was her performance of
It
it.
was more of
It was her reaction to the prophecy, right?
Oh,
I didn't
okay,
really
yeah,
react.
Take it away
Oh,
from me.
Think-
then I don't
It
know.
was
Yeah.
no, it was Mala.
All right.
From Mala.
Folks, there's going to be more of this next week. Remember, now you have 2 sessions until you can hit Essence 2.
Oh boy.
But
Then we're no longer babies, right? Take that, death from Rivers.
Yeah. Suck it.
it's death from the river.
Whatever.
God damn it.
We get our 5 XP.
You'll get your 5. You're also going to. One thing that I will point out is that we actually had a chance to let 5 Paths influence the world around him through his lore.
Well, that's true.
Oh.
That's nice.
And I would say that you did earn, all of you earned, although this is only going to count for 1 extra soul experience, you earned an achievement, but I can't tell you which one
What? Why not?
because it reveals the answers.
Oh, okay.
What?
Sorry. The achievement unlocks and it just says like redacted on it or whatever.
But I will say that the achievement's name is called Tip of My Tongue.
I don't know what that means, but it's okay.
So that means 3 solar experience for all of you for this session.
Oh wow. Thanks.
All the bishops, I really appreciate you saying that my storytelling was excellent tonight. I thank you.
Yeah, that's very kind.
Hey, we've had some resubscribers.
Hey!
You want to toss those out there for everybody?
Yes, I would like to thank very much from the bottom of Full Party's after partying heart, Old Griffin, Coolian, Zen Robo, and Dio the Yarn Dragon for resubscribing tonight. Thank you guys very much. Rock on.
What do we got coming up tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow we have friend request at 6 o'clock right here on Beanduck, and then we have Depth of Field at 9. Just so you guys know, our guest for Depth of Field, his name is Sylvain Nevel, and he is a sci-fi writer. The Themis Files, I think so.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah,
about
and it's
Wednesday?
pretty cool. Wednesday we have Cosplay Cave 6:30. 6:30, right?
If you aren't watching those shows, you should. If you aren't on the Full Party Cosplay Cave friend request and Depth of Field Discord, otherwise known as the Beanduck Discord, you should. Especially because it's a place where people discuss all their fan theories. And if you ever wanted to ask any questions of any of us, that's the place to do it. There is also Twitter that you can look at. We're all somehow on Twitter. That's a thing. So you can check us out there. Finally, I gotta throw out a major thanks. We have a new animation for
Incredible.
the
Yeah.
Journal of 5 Paths.
Truly magical.
That's Trey Dog, who threw down the animation, and Aragorn, who provided the art.
Thank you guys so much. Really bringing the world to life. Specifically my part of the world where I recap things.
It is a
Because I
favorite.
write stuff.
And then you
I
can
love it,
commission
though.
a
It's
like
really great.
Murder Nick's animation too.
Yeah, every
a
time we
bludgeoning
get
head
every time we get a
animation.
kill, there'll be like a gif of
And a Pellio,
you two
like,
like high
acting.
fiving over with like knives or
Oh
something.
my god. Yeah.
That's I get
Okay.
that.
River Jade's
Got to thank our crew for sticking by us, making sure that this thing manages to get out on the airwaves for all of you. Thanks so much to all of you. Got to thank everybody who is subscribing to Beanduck. It is thanks to you that we get to keep doing this. And I have to thank my 4 players because they put up with my bullshit.
Oh, come on now.
Well,
So
it is
far.
literally like I'm making it up.
And
You
it's
know,
wonderful.
Oh,
It's
it is
the
truly,
true.
truly
most
magical.
wonderful of
Killer.
bullshit.
I mean, I am so happy that we had a chance to play, and we'll get to play again next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, right here, twitch.tv/. Beanduck. I'm glad that you know, so that we can see it mouthed on all different parts of the screen. But folks, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
I'm gonna have to hope that voice doesn't like destroy my throat.
I
But
was gonna
I'm
say
feeling all right with it right
he's
now.
gonna die soon.
Ooh,
enough,
we
'cause
should
your
make sure
voice
that
is
he
gonna-
joins our party and we talk to him all the time. And then
Okay,
see what happens.
Perfect. The
would
thing
be
that I
awful.
really want to do though is I
Yeah.
think I just want to start a game that's just Pellio's admirers.
Helios.